was worth it.
What am I supposed to say?
It doesn't matter. He's dead. He ain't listening to you anyway.
I'm hungry.
No. Put it away. I can't watch it. Oh, crap. Just reach in. You gotta pull it. Just grab it. Just take it out of his hand. You just can't. What do you mean you can't?
He won't let go.
What do you mean he won't let go? He's dead.
Help me. Get in there. No, just hold on.
Make him let go of it. No, I got you covered. Just go in for a hug. Go and get on in there. It's a bad loss. Yeah, hug him up. Just reach, hug him up.
He's breathing. On the other side.
Go.
I can't do it.
Help me, Lord. Help me get over this loss.
I can't breathe.
Hey, I can't breathe. I'm so upset. I can't breathe. Stop. You knock on wood so they go to heaven. It's like a lucky.
Hey, get the stick.
Yeah. Hey, did you get the meat stick?
Yeah, I got it.
Hey, just hold tight for a second. They're moving the casket. Just hold tight.
Yeah, that's no worries. I got it.
Oh man, this is incredible.
Oh, wow.
Huh?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Hey man, grab me a meat stick. I think I can reach it if I just a little more. Just let me go a little. I can't. Just a little more. I almost got it. Careful! Oh God! No, come on, just reach. Reach. Just grab my hand. I can't hold it. Grab my hand.
Give me the meat stick. This other hand's closer. The one with the stick is. Oh.
Deep
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to week number 7, the final week of the regular season here at NECC Valorant. My name is Sam Talks. Joining me, none other than the phenomenal Plausible. Plausible, we got an amazing matchup tonight with none other than Concordia St. Paul Blue going up against Converse. So big action happening here tonight, especially when we're talking about what might be going in for our playoffs.
Yeah, it's our very last week of the regular season. Concordia St. Paul, our first team, already secured. They don't got to worry. Tonight is about doing a victory lap. Maybe punching up and getting a little something up on Baker, though, because Baker, they're going to have a pretty tricky match this week, if I remember correctly. They're going to be playing... Oh, never mind. They've already have their match, so never mind. So you want to actually try and tie or maybe even beat out Baker, depending on how the head-to-head goes. But to do that, you got to win. So it's more for seeding for them. On the other hand, we have Converse, where Converse is just tiptoeing the line. They're at 3-3. They're sitting currently at 5th place. They're right outside the cutoff line for playoffs. Remember, it's only top 4 of our 8 teams from each group end up going to playoffs. So Converse, this is a dang near must-win game for them.
It's a make or break moment, right? Converse has their eyes on the prize. They want to get that playoffs spot. It's a lot riding on the line, though, Plausible, especially when you're going up against Concordia St. Paul Blue, a team that has taken down, I mean, some of the best that we have so far in NECC Valorant. I mean, none other than Northwood Blue. They were able to go up against those Titans, some of whom I consider not even just the best in collegiate Valorant, but some of the best in Valorant in general. They were able to 2-1 them out. So for Converse Purple, this is not only a match that they need to win, but it's a statement that needs to be made about what this college can do.
It'd be a flashy way to try and squeak into playoffs at the very end of it. Of course, they're still competing with OC too, who have a similar scoreline as well. Our maps tonight, very odd, if I'm going to be honest. It's Pearl and Fracture. I mean, eventually, if we get to 3, we'll even things out a little bit with a Haven. I like this, though. I like when teams pick unique maps. It shows me that they are very prepared. They're very comfortable on maps that other teams, maybe not so much.
Yeah, exactly. The prepared part is definitely interesting, right, Plausible, when we talk about Pearl and the Converse choice that it is.
Yeah, Converse haven't played Pearl at all this semester in NECC. I mean, obviously they've been practicing it, or I at least assume so based on the fact that they picked it, but we have no match data on Converse from NECC. No idea what's going on with them coming into this map. It is a fascinating pick.
Do you think this could be like a secret weapon sort of deal? Like, all right, we're towing that line on razor's edge right now. We need to just...
Well, I think it's kind of like a southpaw pick. You know, if you pick the map every other collegiate team is uncomfortable on, that's an advantage right there. Not a lot of teams like fighting on Pearl. Not a lot of players will go up against, a lefty, right? This old boxing thing. If you're a left-handed boxer, you have that southpaw advantage. But, I mean, we'll see if that reigns true. First things first, let's check out the compositions as we are headed on in to our very first map of our very last regular season match. Whoa, okay, and they are really giving it to us. Wow, Chamber Neon KO. That is fascinating. I mean, the Fade, Astra, very normal. Honestly, even the KO, not too out of the water. And Chamber, a very solid pick for Pearl. I mean, with the tour de force with those snipers, you get a lot of control over B long. Icy, one of the most, a very prolific collegiate Valorant player. He's been in the scene a long time, so I'm excited to see that.
I'm excited to see it too. Something to note when we're looking at Concordia, right? Starting off on the defense, has that double sentinel, has the Vice, has the KJ. Both of those agents, massive utility in stalling out the fight sites. And not only that, but huge ultimates to swing things back in the favor for the retake. So we'll see how things go. Concordia St. Paul Blue versus Converse Purple on our final week of the regular season.
And Converse are wasting no time. I mean, you've got the Neon. You do want to just go. Oh, and they're pretty aware of this. Awareness doesn't count for much, though, if you can't click the head. Lemur, good to get the first. And honestly, it looks like Converse are... Oh, I don't know if picking up the Ghost was the right call there. If you were going to hard pace to B, you needed to kind of just go. But Converse, they're going to hit the brakes a little bit.
Yeah, and look what happens, right? KJ's come back to reinforce Lemur. And a couple of Converse players are already on death's door, so continuing to take this fight, look at the detriment that you're going to have to deal with when trying to force this out. Thankfully, though, IC's been making progress in inching their way towards the A site, but the call that's going to be made for them to have that rotation, IC needs to get something here to give Converse that chance to fight back.
And will Icy go all the way and dig Pain out of that position? Because if Pain is able to hide here, I don't think Icy actually has significant enough control over the site. Look, this is, again, taking a long time. Concordia St. Paul already considering it. Icy has to hit this. Oh, no. And it's all falling apart.
Yeah, 2 bullets in the chamber. Ran out at the worst possible moment. Now you're going to run onto site. You're running out of time. 20 seconds left. And for a poor Grek, no one left to work with. Concordia St. Paul Blue. An easy pistol round.
Yeah, CSP doing a fantastic job there. I mean, you know, it starts with Lemur getting one, and then they just read the rotates. Converse didn't seem decisive enough on their pistol round to take advantage of any holes in the map. It's just pistol, though. Long way from anything going too far awry. An interesting second round by. Okay, there we go. All right, another Bulldog coming in. That's what I like to see. I like heavy second round buys, you know? I like being able to get a lot done in a bonus, personally.
The big investment. Make sure that you win out. It's, again, that's crazy play from Lemur, but Icy, step ahead of the game. It's gotten rid of the Yoru, who peaked a little too far ahead at burn for it, but it's not a massive weapon loss, right? The investment there was just the ghost from the previous round. Oh, swing comes in. Flashbang goes out. Ostino, a double kill.
Yeah, really nice work there from Ostino. Not just using the alarm bot, ensuring that no one was going to be able to trade them with the swing. You could see Converse were aware of it, too. They're like, hey, they're playing Killjoy. They're going to have an alarm bot here. That's what every Killjoy does all the time. It's either on that side of the map or it's over here in art. Ostino just too aware. And now even aware that they're going to come the other direction. Wants to be a little bit careful. Doesn't lose the stinger, though. Just backs on out of it. Knows you don't have to take that fight. It's a 2v4, and you've got better guns.
Don't want to lose those better guns either. Now dipping inside a sewer. Santi, I think they may have even heard the footstep there. Yeah, it's easy work when you have an outlaw in your hand. One shot, it's all it takes.
Yeah.
Triple kill for the KJ, and eagerly working towards that ultimate.
Very nice. CSP already doing a phenomenal job of shutting down these cheeky rotates from Converse. Converse thus far in the first couple of rounds have been very fluid around the map. They like to play a little bit elastically with their rotations, but Concordia haven't been caught off guard by it at all. Now they get a pretty decent bonus, even buying into, no, not quite buying into that Vandal. Thought about it, thought about getting a bit of an upgrade for Lemur, but instead we'll toss a stinger his way. I like that. I think you're just gonna have a ton of money for round 4 now. And Lemur can still do some damage. This is a pretty aggressive push out A we're seeing.
No, it absolutely is. They want to go grab that ultimate orb, give it to Lemur, work their way towards the dimensional drift. Pain still pushed up, caught the eyes of Grek, and is going to use a star to make sure, delay things out for as long as they possibly can, right? You have another one, someone tries to walk through, you're just going to suck him in with the gravity well.
This is just a headache, though, for Converse.
All right, pull him in, get one shot there, try to get away, but sacrifice your life to make it happen. Ostino, hungry for more. They've trapped him inside of the thorns. You're going to shear them over and over.
Wow.
And somehow, they even survived the hailstorm of bullets from Icy in art.
Oh, and the quick flank is here. Lemur's already going to be on top of Icy. There's no way Icy expects this, and you're just toast.
Falling down to the ground. Quick pop flash from Puffin, the lone survivor of Converse Purple. But instead of taking their chances, fighting it out on the site itself, they're going to back away just for the moment. In this corner, it's a 2v1. You know, the big thing that's scary, right, is the one has an outlaw.
30 seconds left.
And all Puffin has are the regen shields. It doesn't even need to be used. They get the better weapons, and down they fall. Concordia, St. Paul Blue, a bonus round theirs.
Yeah, really
These
nice
Sentinels.
swing at the end, too, from Concordia St. Paul. Just phenomenal stuff. And that's why you can see the composition from Concordia is a little bit more modern, right? You have both the Vice and the Yoru. And, I mean, I actually really like the addition of the Killjoy, too. You have just so much stall on these different mics, or these different mics on these different sites. I'm in broadcast mode. No, you have so much stall on these different sites, and that allows Lemur and the other players of CSP to be so quick jumping around the map. Converse are never going into a fight where they have a player advantage. It's always like 4v4s, 3v3s, or maybe even they're down players depending on how things go. So it's been tough for Converse to try and outpace the Yoru, which you'd think, oh, well, we have a Neon. We can outpace anything. Not across a map this big.
Not across a map this big. And that's not even talking about like the stranglehold this team has on the map. The Sentinels spread everything all over. There's a wall in art, alarm bot mid, the shears, the everything going on. And then to lead on to your point where the Yoru can be anywhere in an instant, right? Converse Purple, it's again that decisive factor that they need to have when it comes to taking these sites that they just can't do because they're stalled out for so long. And Concordia is able to just react so quickly to every single one of those instances that Converse Purple is flailing trying to figure out what to do.
A round 3 timeout is tough to see if you're a Converse fan. But might as well take the timeout before things go any further awry. It's just Stingers and Sheriffs this round. Nothing really to write home about for Converse. I'd be surprised if they were able to do much damage.
Oh
you can see,
gosh.
even if they get a pick here, even if Converse get a pick here, you can see that the gate crash is just ready to be activated. You're like the Lemur is ready to come all the way across the map at the smallest sign of anything going wrong.
Yeah, whiff, a hint of danger, anything bad happening, they're going to be back on top of things. But so far, it's just the 2 players on this A side alone have put Converse Purple back in their place. Gonna be a knife here, but immediately taken out. Instead, just back away. Concordia still, again, right? Anyone comes through art, they're gonna know. Anyone comes through mid, the wall is gonna be there.
Exactly.
So, alarm bells all over the site, all over the map.
And I mean, Santi's not even gonna have a problem. They're gonna try and come through art. That nanostorm is gonna probably split the defenders. And Santi might even get one before that.
Oh, looking behind at the box. Avian's gone. Now Santi can stay safe inside of Link, put down another star, back over on the other side. The second they try to walk through, they're gonna hear the footsteps, and Cubby sprays, and Pain up on the high ground. Flawless round here for CSP.
Gonna put it better myself. Flawless right here for CSP. Yeah, not really any cracks in the armor to be seen thus far. It's an information oppressive comp. There's not really much you can do to pull one over on Concordia. I'd like to see Converse, especially now with rifles, try to outpace, you know, or at least pop some util and then go for a rotation, or maybe even just a re-hit. I think if you played with some time, you said one person on alert, you could go to re-hit a site and maybe pull some rotations after a fake. And maybe that's what they're trying here. I mean, Greg is already pretty far up in art. How are you going to get Greg out of this position, though?
That's right. That's what you got to think about. Your duelist is stuck on an island.
I guess he can fast lane away, but
yeah, but then you're
just gives
investing
so much info,
and you're investing a massive piece of utility just to escape. And you're gonna be found by the Prowler anyways. Back away, stay safe from the Lear. But that you see, this is what happens. You try to push on the site, your Neon is gone. The way that Concordia plays is just so on the ball, and I see sort of that extra helping hand, that secret weapon is being denied every single time.
and I love the way that Concordia are always on the same page and playing together. I mean, Santi knows at this ever so slight off angle. Oof, man, you're lucky Puffin cleared the corner a little bit deeper. That was almost the end of Aven. Oh, Avian, who just barely gets one more. Finally, we're gonna see a plant for Converse. 2v3 though, and I mean, Avian just has no health. How much can you make of it?
I'm not gonna say very much here. Puffin looking towards mid. 2 players coming in their direction. Had to win the 1v2 here. Not even gonna be able to get one. And in the blink of an eye, Concordia St. Paul Blue reminding us why they're leading the pack in this
Concordia
regular season.
Concordia really just have such clean fundamentals. I mean, their teamwork is pretty much flawless. You saw it right there at the very end, how they were able to set up that crossfire. And specifically, when Converse tried to go for that art push, when Cubby got caught in the opponent's C's and Avian C's, I love how Pain decides, hey, if Cubby's stuck, Cubby's gonna have to fight. I'm not gonna leave Cubby on an island. Just be like, oh, I guess our fate is done. No, Pain stepped up and fought with Cubby. That's the only reason that Grek wasn't able to get literally anything done in that fight. I mean, now we've got another eco for Converse. Concordia is running away with it, Sam.
Lemur, similar tactics, similar strategies.
Nice shot.
Gonna get away with it too. They're not even leaving. They're gonna stay here. Wait for the shear. Pop flash over the top. Dug back for safety and then eventually TP away.
Man, it feels bad though to invest both flashes just to clear Lemur off the corner, just to force the teleport. Now you've got to get all the way to site. The rotates are coming in. It's tough. You're gonna have to hit a nasty. Oh, it's a Bucky. Okay, well, catch him off guard.
Ooh, may not even have to right now. You're blinded. Oh my goodness, on the other side of that one-way smoke.
I'm out of here.
Better be counting your lucky stars that things were as blind as they possibly were. Even trying to go in with using the speed to your advantage, it just was not meant to be. Spike not even planted. Paul.
Hey, it's an eco, you know. I like the gusto from Grek, if nothing else. The jump through the smoke, trying to go for the play there. Unfortunately, again, Lemur wasn't just left alone with the operator. Cubby there to save that. And this op is a real problem, too. I mean, man, is Icy gonna just glass cannon contest the op? No, Icy's on the other side of the map. Interesting.
It's a bold maneuver, right? I'm sure that Icy's starting to pick up that this team likes to occasionally go for the aggressive push out from somewhere else. But with Lemur not landing that operator shot, this at least gives somewhat of that opening for Converse to fight against. But this is also where the downside is. The Vice is here. The wall is here. The shear was there.
Didn't proc the wall.
It didn't even trigger the wall. They did dodge the operator shot, so Grek can still fight another day, but that was far too close for comfort.
Well, and did I mishear? Did the overdrive not just get used? Did Grek just essentially run out of the ult?
He ran out of the ult.
That's tough, man. That was the best tool for Converse to try and get in here. I mean, now you're looking at an Astral Divide into the Null command to, like, hopefully get rid of one. But again, the information game is nuts. They have a far up alarm bot through the other side of mid. Art is being, I mean, watched by a turret. There's so much time, and the Steel Garden to just keep people off for even more time for the rotates.
Okay, all right, Ostino gonna be caught inside of the relay vault. Avian's gonna capitalize on that, but throughout it all, Concordia, St. Paul Blue, an unstoppable juggernaut of defense. Geo, a 1v4 only to meet their doom by the hands of Santi's 3K.
This is 7-0. This is just nightmares for Converse. Concordia St. Paul are something out of one of those grim, dark children's tales that they don't tell anymore because they were just too disturbing.
It's 7-0, Paul.
It's tough, man.
You got 4 ultimates, massive ultimates, by the way.
And that was 2 huge investments from Converse in their own ultimates too. That was Null Command and the Overdrive at separate points in that round. I mean, those are the biggest impact ultimates that Converse had. Meanwhile, CSP, they're chilling. I mean, unless Santi gets caught here something silly, which no, Santi doesn't.
This is Santi we're talking about here. Relay Bolt may slow them down just for a smidge, but look at what's happening across the rest of the map. You've lost another player, so yeah, Greg gets a nice new weapon upgrade. How much more mileage are you going to be able to get out of it? Ostino still in mid. 2 players push out of A, could come back once the ball drops, but it's going to be still tough for Converse Purple with the rest of the weaponry they have.
I mean, I'm just envisioning a future where it is an A plant. Here comes the Dimensional Drift, though, to just completely find. Hey, guys, they're not even planning yet. They're just stuck in the middle of the map. Do we want to go kill them? That has to be what the comms are, I imagine. But even when you get this A plant, right, you're stuck. You've got nowhere to play your post plant from. Everybody just has to be on site or in this tiny awkward little hallway at the back. There's no control here for Converse. It just has to come down to a mechanical masterclass. And reminder, they're still low on actual guns.
Yeah, they're all at flower too. The Nightfall is going to go in. They know exactly where things are going to be because of how the spike has to be planted. Geo can't hear anything. This is still Greg's possibility to put things back into contention. And somehow Converse Purple with a lower buy is getting things back in action. But how much more can you go when it's Concordia St. Paul Blue blasting you down like that?
I nearly had a heart attack there. Greg was on Lemur's screen, but Lemur focused elsewhere, didn't see him creep around into the defender's spawn. Luckily, Payne and Cubby hold it down as they are wont to do for many of these other rounds. I mean, Cubby's only died once, for crying out loud, across all 8 of these rounds. This is nothing short of a masterclass.
Masterclass performance, 8-0. And the utility cycling, the ultimate cycling that this team has, just to show you that level of discipline that we understand how they do so well. Quick knife over the top. Raid probably is going to go in, but that is brilliant timing on the swarm grenade. It stalls him out completely.
Look how annoying it is to be Greg, right? Oh, I'm going to go in. Never mind. There's a nanostorm. Oh, I'm going to go in and trade. Never mind. There's a wall. My teammates can't help me. Oh, I'm going to go in and trade. There was still a flash ready that's helping Ostino hold this. And then you just leave. You're like, hey, that's an op. I don't want to fight Icy. I'll fight anybody else. This is such a defensively obnoxious comp to play against.
And the communication is top notch too, right? Because the second that alarm bot goes off, the swarm grenade, every single step you take, your feet are being ripped to pieces. Converse Purple going to be walking on stubs at the end of Pearl with the way things are going right now. Knife's going to go over the top. Cubby doesn't really care about being seen. They know they have the advantage in numbers. They know they have the advantage in almost every other respect, especially when you look at that rounds right now. But Icy being the tip of the spear for the team on an operator, it's next level kind of stuff. They are going to put down the rendezvous, play off the TP here. Instead, you're just going to play back. Guess who's on the other side of this, though? Guess who's playing along? It's Lemur.
Yeah, I mean, where do you plant? Oh, by the way, there's a lockdown up top that you're going to have to go dig out of the defense. Lemur's already gotten your op, by the way.
Oh, my God.
And just yet another flawless round. It feels like Concordia can just do no wrong.
I mean, for goodness sake, they invested the lockdown. Converse Purple. Or rather, Concordia St. Paul.
Concordia.
Yeah,
I mean,
doesn't have a lockdown.
It's good timing. It's good information. It's a great rotate. The fact that Santi's there in time just goes to show how much info is being fed from Ostino on, hey, yeah, they're going to be on B in about 3 seconds. I heard him coming. I heard the rendezvous bit get placed.
That's what... It's Converse struggling, right, to get onto any site. This is a good start, though, over on the A site. But it's traded out immediately, right? So as long as you still have the firepower advantage over Converse, things should still be working your way. Icy's going to be the one in charge of that Phantom that was left behind and putting it to very good use, phenomenal use, until Concordia St. Paul Blue fights back. And once they do, it's just all over. Things, it ends in an instant, almost possible.
And just to reiterate what we've been saying, that round only lasted, what, 30 seconds? And all 5 players from Concordia made their way to the A site in time. All 5, like one of them died immediately, and all 4 of them were there for the next time Converse tried to hit the site.
That works.
Like, that's how quick Concordia are to read what Converse has been doing. There is no wool you can pull over their eyes thick enough to stop their X-ray vision.
All right, another opportunity here. Converse Purple, maybe some of those weapons going to help them out, too. Smoke's going to go up. Time to dump some of that utility, but again, it's all about running into those thorns. You can't go far. You're being stonewalled. You're being sprayed down by Concordia St. Paul Blue. There's no hope. There's no way. There's no fight back from Converse Purple, and especially not for the final 2 players when your entire team was just put through the ringer. Quick flashbang in on the other side. Santi lands the cleanest headshot in the world. Another opportunity here. Pub is going to try and fight, but try as they might, Concordia St. Paul Blue is the one standing at the top of this hill.
It's just damned if you do, damned if you don't. Oh, well, let's try and play fast. Oh, wait, they have all the utility in the world. We can't play fast. All right, well, let's try and, out-rotate them. Oh, wait, we can't out-rotate them. They're reading our rotates, and they have the Yoru that outpaces us, and they have a bunch of utility to stop our rehits. Okay, let's try and, go once and then go again. Oh, wait, then now the rotates are here, and we lose. It's tough for Converse, man. Concordia are leaving no openings.
No openings. No cracks in the armor, nothing. It feels... You're just banging your head against a brick wall, hoping for the best. Converse Purple, where we saw the meteoric push through, right? The lightning quick attack. They don't want to do it. You know what's going to happen the second anything happens. You're going to get sheared. You're going to be drawn in by the suck. But this is a good start, though, right? And a couple of double kills. We may be looking at a Converse Purple first round on the board.
Finally, we have Concordia being a little silly with it. I mean, they're up 11 rounds. Santi, there's no world where you belong that far out mid. And Payne, I don't know what you're trying to do, re-clearing A all by yourself. But either way, I mean, Converse are glad to have a round where they can take it.
Oh, but, absolutely.
Last round of their attacking half, their map pick. Tough stuff.
It is tough stuff. Now you're just going to start popping ultimates.
Okay, Avian
Get the
has
spike
good info
planted.
here.
Yeah,
Oskino shouldn't be
Icy.
able to do much.
Couple of firepower here. Yep, didn't clear out sewers. Avian's going to capitalize on that call being made. Lemur, it's just an operator, right? This Yoru's going to get the one at least, but once the smokes come up, Converse Purple, you can tell, right? You're not going to leave anything to change. You're not going to do anything to risk this round if you don't have to. Lemur, you're trying to mess with their
Tried to
head.
go for the fake. I respect the effort, Lemur, but no, that is going to be one round over. Converse at least on the board. But to say that this is an uphill battle would be underselling it. This is fighting into outer space with nothing but a grappling hook.
At least they have the grappling hook, I guess. I was thinking more of like...
Yeah, I mean, you could try and start climbing stuff. Like, is it technically impossible? No.
We're just gonna stack the Kleenex boxes on top of each other and make that kind of climb.
Yeah, that's a great foundation. All the way into outer space.
It's what Converse Purple's gonna have to do, though, right? It's gonna have to be...
Avian, stop checking your phone. Nobody's texted you, and if they had, you're in a match.
We're posting this to Twitter, all right? We're getting the clips and everything.
Valorant, man, what does Valorant Twitter look like to you? Like, in the Valorant unit? I don't want to know, actually.
Well, what I want to know is the Converse Purple pistol round actually looking kind of good. A double kill in a main. Gives Concordia Blue some of that pause, but now we have another fight happening in mid-link. Greg, a quick, flashy play with the slide. I'm going to repeat back in for another opportunity here. To see if they can grab one more, and even though they did a lot of damage to Ostino. It's a 2v3 though, right? So it's not out of the realm of possibility until it turns into the 1v3.
Yeah, 1v3 pretty tough here. Yeah, especially since Kobe only has a classic. You'd have to isolate this first fight really intensely. Oh, hey, it does. And guess what? That KO, not much health.
Ooh.
Good
It's at the
movement
edge of
from
your
Puffin.
seat action, yeah, from Puffin. It was
A little
close
dicey
but-
there.
Hey, you know what? Possible. That's the first Kleenex box.
The grappling hook successfully hit the first Kleenex box. Now, the rest of the Kleenex boxes are a little harder. Well, this one's actually not too hard, hopefully. I mean, Justin Eco and Concordia, yeah, they know, hey, there's no reason to force up. No, I mean, even Lemur buying a Sheriff here, to me, is, you don't need to do it necessarily. Yeah, he's actually just going to buy into util. You have so much time to build your economy. You could lose the next 6 rounds and not be that scared that you were going to end up losing this map.
Oof, okay. Yeah, just back away. Let them dump all of the utility they want. You know, there's a few players here, just based on the sounds and sights of everything that happened. Santi hanging back for just a little longer for the bold players who want to poke inside of that smoke. they actually have been seen by the knife. So they're going to hang around again for just a little while longer. Over on the top, couple of shots, and that's not what Icy wanted. They teleport away with their life, but now you're sitting at 21 HP. Simple classic shot, you're gone. Once another smoke comes up, we're going to see another counter rotation back over here. Santi has to be careful for that repeat, right? Geo has this Guardian. One shot's going to be good enough to take them out. All of that action happening here on one side. Concordia wants to go for that A-hit, re-hit again. Geo, the timing almost working against them there. Slowed down by the Molly. Converse purple. Nice anti-eco.
Yeah, good stuff from Converse when Icy ends up taking that unfavorable trade. Their teammates right there. Grek moves into the corner, make sure that nobody is going to be swinging Icy. They get that 50-50, the 50-50 angle. And over on the other side of things, I like the fact that Geo and the rest of Converse commit. And, you know, going into this round, if we can see a bonus conversion from Converse Purple, look, Icy, they've got the op. If we can see that, then we can talk realities of the situation, because there are some question marks on the attacking side for Concordia's composition, running the double sentinel, running only Yoru to really go in and fight, right? There are some questions, but we might not have a chance to ask all of them.
I mean, Icy held on for so
That's
long
a
to get that.
really bold spot to be playing in with the op, too.
Yeah, you wanted to get that third round operator. Not even a shot fired, I don't think, before being taken out. It's a trade, though, right? Puffin's going to get rid of Santi over at A main, but all of this space lost at the A link is not going to do them any favors, right? These power weapons, it was a judge and an operator. It's not nothing coming from it.
What a peak from Pain. I mean, expecting on the bonus that there would be some sort of shotgun shenanigans. Grek, though! Nice swing, too! Good for 3, and that might just save Converse in this round.
It may have. The silver lining is that Pain is by the... like, there's no one here on the B site. Pain may not know that, but they're going to take the chance. They're going to take the risk. And I think maybe even by knowing that no one tried to fight them here, realizes that. You're going to keep an eye all on this middle link going into B. Meanwhile, Converse Purple is all on the flank. Couple of stars going to go up, try to protect them from over in this direction. This is going to be a re-pivot, a re-adjustment. Try and play in your favors and try to play for that timer. And Puffin's at 13 HP plausible. One shot's all it's going to take. They're going to be the first one to make contact. Is anything bad happens here?
Oh!
Didn't miss a beat! And now Concordia, St. Paul Blue. Match point.
What a game-saving, well, not game-saving, but round-saving play there from Pain. I love the way Pain sets up. I mean, has all 5 stars still going into that 1v2, so puts one smoke down and is looking for information. Knows the fastest way they're going to be able to rotate, where I won't be able to catch them off guard, is through mid. Holds there, and actually hears Puffin running around, coming all the way through B long, so is able to reposition and set up, and that smoke works wonders. Now Grek trying to throw in a bit of a Hail Mary. It gets shut down, slapped down right away. Avian trading back. 4v4 is not unwinnable, but Concordia are looking to put their boot on the throat.
Okay, and Puffin's gonna go ahead, pop KO ultimate, try and stop the push of Concordia. Does exactly what it needed to. No smokes going up, no flashbangs, nothing of that sort.
Well, and Concordia are contained now. But it relies on Puffin being able to hold this site alone.
All by themselves. And I think Icy's even starting to realize that too. We've left our KO by themselves. Once their ultimate dissipates, they're going to be overwhelmed by this Concordia. They may not even need to be overwhelmed. They just put up the wall, walks onto site, and just plant the spike. And Icy's not, again, with this operator, he's just going to have to try and fight this. Now, first operator shot doesn't even hit the clone. And no more opportunities off the back of that either. Concordia St. Paul Blue hanging back just for the moment. They realize the flank that might be hitting them. Yes, they
was
do.
Looking for it.
Yep. Flank protected. Ostino, the bulldog. That dog's got some bite to force it back out. Now Puffin, the one player who needed to be on the side by themselves, is the lone survivor of everything going on. A 1v3, everything on their shoulders to win this. And who better to send us to map 2 than Pain themselves? 13-3.
I mean, from top to bottom, we said it a couple times, just a masterclass. Even in that very last round, you could see the coordination and the cognitive awareness from Concordia St. Paul. The reason that they're so confident, and one of the reasons that Ostino is able to spot that flank coming, is because when they go and fight Icy, which was always what their plan was, they didn't know if it was Icy there or whoever was going to be over by Art, but they knew somebody was going to be there, and that was going to be the only place they could fight once they put the Cosmic Divide up. Nobody comes to help. Nobody comes to help. What if there were 3 players on the site? Surely they would have swung, tried to go for a backstab, use a KO flash, right? But because there was no response to them pushing Icy, Ostino's like, hey guys, I think they went the long way. I think they're behind us. Lo and behold, they're able to pick that up. I mean, a 13-3 is not so dominant, and it's on the opponent's map pick too. Concordia just looked filthy, man.
Filthy, right? We were talking about that southpaw. Turns out it's Concordia who was the one throwing
Turns
that
out
kind of.
It doesn't matter if you
punch.
fight a left-handed person if you just knock them out with one punch.
Yeah, you just deliver the haymaker right away. Don't give them a chance
Exactly.
to do anything. It's a phenomenal performance here from Concordia, St. Paul Blue. And we look at that, we see their record, we see the teams that they've taken on. This is a team with that pedigree. They're really gunning for that top spot going into the playoffs. Converse Purple here, possible, right? We're talking about what they need to do to get into playoffs themselves. And Concordia has already dealt a damaging blow.
Yeah, it's tough stuff right now. Even if I'm trying to remember if I'm pulling it up right now because I don't remember what the actual scoreline between Converse and OC Eagles was when they played each other. Trying to figure out which round that is, because depending on what the tiebreak was, I'm not even sure what the chances for Converse was. No, Converse actually did beat OC Eagles. So if they somehow manage to swing the next 2 maps, I think there is a world. I mean, I'm not a tournament admin. I don't know the numbers precisely. But I think there is a world where they could squeak in. But after 13-3, you have to really rally and try to pull off one absolutely insane reverse sweep. We'll see if they can do so when we come back from a break.
Oh man, this is incredible.
Oh, wow.
Huh?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Hey man, grab me a meat stick. I think I can reach it if I just a little more. Just let me go a little. I can't. Just a little more. I almost got it. Careful! Oh God! No, come on, just reach. Reach. Just grab my hand. I can't hold it. Grab my hand.
Give me the meat stick. This other hand's closer. The one with the stick is. Oh.
a roaring victory if you're Concordia St. Paul Blue, and a statement to be made. Absolutely. 13-3 on the map choice of Converse Purple. Now we look at map 2, Plausible. This is where Converse needs to step into high gear.
I mean, the silver lining news is that Fracture hasn't been absolutely flawless for Concordia St. Paul. They've had some close games here. I mean, they've won most of them. They even beat Northwood on this map last week, but it was an overtime match, right? So there's some room for error, which did not seem to be the case on Pearl. Other than, like, again, one round where I think Concordia were being a little bit silly because they were up 11 rounds. There wasn't really much going on that you could take advantage of if you were playing against St. Paul. But now we move on to Fracture. Fracture is... I'm worried that some of the same things that we saw will all, like, for Converse's sake, I'm worried, will be holding here because it's another, like, big... like, map, it's rotate heavy, but that didn't really seem to bother Concordia St. Paul on Pearl. Obviously, the pathings are quite different. The timings are a lot different, and how you hold the site is exceptionally different on Fracture. But at least from 30,000 feet, there are some concerning similarities for our Converse fans.
Yeah, it's concerning similarities, and when you're thinking about what Converse could do, maybe to help themselves out, well, maybe they could take a look at one of our sponsors here, Paul, that's helping to make all of this possible. Yes, that is going to be none other than Winzel's Farm Snack Sticks. Fuel your game with Winzel's Farm Snack Sticks. No mess, no distractions, just bold, protein-packed flavor to keep you locked in. Whether you're grinding ranked or leading the squad, Winzel's keeps you powered up. Grab a stick, stay in the game, crush the competition. Winzel's Farm, fuel for gamers, flavor for champions.
If it's flavor for champions,
yeah,
maybe Concordia St. Paul just have a giant pile sitting behind them right now because they're certainly feeling like champions. Let's take a look at Agent Select heading into Fracture. Tejo, Breach, no surprises. Actually, mirror compositions for our two squads this time around. And I'm very intrigued on how a mirror match would go because I think a lot of what happened on Pearl, not all of it, I think, 9 times out of 9, I think Concordia were going to win that map. But there was a compositional mismatch that Converse seemed to be very uncomfortable with. Heading into this map, playing a mirror, it comes down to who is cleaner, who is more practiced. It's not we just don't know how to play against a comp that has this much of a defensive stranglehold. You know the comp now, Converse. So what can you do against it?
You know the rules. So does the enemy team, so Icy. That's a brilliant way to start things off, though. Peeks out early from B. Ends the Headhunter headshot. Lemur is going to be caught inside of the fault line. Be traded out immediately. Avian's double kill. Converse Purple has the advantage now in the numbers. Fortunately for Santi, a little bit of a opening inside of their smokes coming over from behind. Pain. Couple of missed shots going to send things reeling, and then Icy to finish things off for a Converse Purple pistol round.
Breath of fresh air for Converse Purple, especially because that round was actually, like, I would argue the first clean round that they'd won. Other than, like, their anti-eco after they won the second pistol on Pearl. That's a round that fills you with a little bit more confidence. Hey, get Pearl out of our heads. Don't worry about it. There's at least one more map to play, if not 2. And I like the fact that they were able to push out aggressively on multiple sections of the map successfully. That bodes well for Converse.
It does. This time, though, right, Concordia is going to play ahead of the game, make sure that Icy doesn't peek out. And now they're going to go Ultorb farming. They're just going to go all over the map. And even Icy's still going to be here, though, so expect that sort of fight happening and breaking out already. Yep, there it is. Icy posted up with the Outlaw. Claims the life of one, goes back in for the other. It's the second, and then Geo comes up.
Nice.
Oh, Icy lined it up perfectly. And Ostino's going to walk away with the one, but is it just going to be that one? Or they may be able to grab another. No, Icy. They were so quiet on Pearl, but now they're roaring to life here on Fracture.
This is the Icy I was looking for at the top of the day when I mentioned their name. This is the Icy that's been playing in collegiate Valorant longer than a lot of players. A veteran of the scene, able to put some work in. And the fact that Converse is starting off on defense, I think, is a boon to Icy specifically. I mean, don't get me wrong, Chamber on a map like Fracture, Chamber is playable on both sides, but you always prefer to be walked into if you are holding the sniper. And pretty fluid setups, too, from Converse Purple. They're not going for the same setup multiple times. Ain't going to try and get out of here, knowing that the rest are coming around. And makes it in time. Nicely done.
Yeah, it's like a hero action maneuver. They were about to get pinched, but the zip line's going to keep them safe. Avian on the high ground just tries to spray up towards the heavens above, but Lemur is going to claim their life. Now it's time to walk onto the side, get that spike planted. It's a 4v3, but the second anything starts happening here, the spray is actually going to happen to Cumby. And instead of trying to do it again, they're going to plant safe, but the aftershock's going to delay them. We're starting to get a little taste of their own medicine here, right, Paul?
Honestly, I was thinking the same thing. Just can't go anywhere without something going wrong. Was trying to plant out in the open because of the aftershock, then couldn't plant out in the open because of the spam. And the aftershock nearly gets you anyways. 3v3 low health on Concordia too. This might be a bonus round conversion here for Converse.
So close. Oh, that's good timing off of the guided salvo.
Really nice
the second
timing.
anything happens, the Converse purple defense dismantled by Concordia. It was close though, right, for Converse, and they dealt a couple of blows, so took some of the weapons offline. Now they get the weapons of their own, and I think also what we're going to be seeing is perhaps that IC operator already online.
Yeah, huge from Cubby. The awareness there to use the guided salvo to stop the retake coming in. 3 guns being saved too is huge for Concordia in the long run. They're able to keep enough rifles to make this round decently competitive. You do have to be worried about Icy though, and for the first time, Icy is swapping up, isn't going to be playing arcade, instead moves over to Dish. But will Icy push all the way out? I would be surprised.
Now we're going to be playing at some form of odds here. Santi, inside of this smoke, still backs away. How much do they realize that this Brimstone has pushed up as far as they have? Just aware enough. Converse Purple on all ends, all angles, going to be able to keep themselves safe. Eventually, the spike is going to be planted, but this is dire straits for Concordia that Ostino is going to try and tip back in their favor.
This is a difficult retake, but it really depends on what utility is remaining for Lemur, and I think he used most of it getting into the site. Nice angle, though. Good for one, and here comes a showstopper.
No way.
Whiffs! Gets some damage, but that might not be enough.
And now the aftershock is going to push this raise out from the other side down to the 1v1. Lemur sees Concordia, St. Paul Blue through this round. Now 2-2.
All right, when the explosives don't get it done, lean back on the good old trusty Vandal. Nicely done by Lemur, but that was a hairy round to say the least for Concordia. Back in the driver's seat now, though. Converse out of money. But despite being out of money, despite losing that round, I have to say, I like how Converse are playing. They're playing like a team with nothing to lose. They've been pushing out. They've been getting in Concordia's face, and it's for the most part been working. The only problem there was that they didn't leave themselves any breathing room on the site. Icy getting run over in their own spawn meant that there wasn't really much of a good angle to approach for a retake, but sometimes that's just how the cards play. Nice shot, too, from Gio.
Wall. Gio made it look flashy with the first shot, but couldn't quite make the second one happen. It's still back and forth, though. Things are held in such contention. Now, with Concordia, St. Paul Blue gaining the site, Converse Purple not going to be thinking they're going to be able to gain too much off the back of this.
Yeah, the problem is Grek just doesn't have a way up here, and even Avian is going to, be in quite a bit of trouble. You do have the Tour de Force. There is some outside chance, but again, great awareness from Concordia. And this is looking, we're shifting more toward that dominance. Hey, no need for that, Pain. Cubby, come on. Come on. Cubby, you haven't got a kill yet. I don't want to see you spamming bodies.
And Cubby's just saying that they're here for the util, okay? They're helping the other players shine bright. And I mean, they are shining bright, Paulsable, 6, 5, and 5. Converse Purple giving us more of that aptitude test, but again, Icy's just, they haven't gambled on the right spot so far. Concordia has been so adept at dodging where this operator or the Tour de Force is going to be.
Yeah, even in this round, Icy just unfortunate. Not going to be in the right site. Oh, there's so much attention paid here. Pain with an attacking op. Grek is trying to sneak by. Oh, but misses the first shot. Manages to get one at least. But the A side is, I mean, just completely lost. Puffin, I was gonna say stuck, but actually pulls himself out of it.
It's the classic, if you're stuck, just win, right? and get yourself unstuck.
Well, if I got nowhere to go, then I just won't go anywhere.
Yeah,
oh, that's tough, though.
Oh, they used the rolling thunder. They tried to go for the swing. They thought they were going to be caught inside of it, but no one is going to suffer from that rolling thunder. Now Icy has to go back, but guess what happens the second they do anything? They know that the sky is going to be ripped open from up above. Time's starting to run low. They have this operator. I wouldn't imagine they want to lose this.
Save.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just going to go for the save here, Icy. No opportunity presents itself. I thought for a second that was a body tag. It was pretty close, but either way, yeah, the name of the last couple of rounds has sort of been the same. Concordia, they got rolled over a little bit in the first couple of rounds, but once they realized that Converse were playing so aggressive, like, they always pick one of the 4 quadrants. There has not been a round thus far where Converse hasn't pushed. They have always tried to push and get up in Concordia's face. And now they're just taking advantage of that map control. They're setting up split A or split B and just, hey, whichever side gets pushed, the other side pushes in, takes the site, collapses. And even with Puffin able to do insane things in A halls, Ostino pushing forward and getting the better end of that rolling thunder, giving away his position, does a phenomenal job. I like this timeout because you can't let another one go Concordia's way. It might be an eco here for Converse, but I mean one more gun round going Concordia's way. And I think all the wind would officially be knocked out of Converse's sails.
Gotta get these ultimates lined up correctly. Gotta get the econ set straight. These rounds have just been slipping out of their hands, right? Especially that one heartbreaking 1v1 where Lemur skirting by the seat of their pants.
Yeah.
Concordia, St. Paul Blue. And I think, too, when you look at Icy, right, and that operator.
Oh, yeah.
Payne had it for an attacking round and has already gotten more kills with that weapon than Icy has with theirs. This time, an opportunity arises. Icy's picked the right spot. Is the aim going to be on their side? Are they going to be able to land the killing blow they need? It's going to be that whiff. They're rotating around. They're moving. Just for a second, the flashbang slowing them down. The spray into the box and the headshot on Lemur. That's exactly what Icy needed to do. Now they may have another opportunity of bounding. The smoke's going to deny them that vision and that chance.
Here comes a quick flank, though. Converse already bounding toward the B site. And it's worth noting, yeah, they're down in guns, but they have some excellent ultimates. Orbital Strike already disrupting things.
Ooh. All right, Puffin. Making it look good with the Sheriff. The rest of your team are starting to stagger around, though. And the second you make a presence known, Payne is going to fight back. Traded out by Geo. And again, right, Icy with that operator. You got to get something. You got to find some value off the back of this here, right? Operator shot's going to go through the smoke, and it's a battle of the chambers. Meanwhile, while that's happening, Santi's coming up through the flank. And Icy's going to be none the wiser.
Don't do it.
Right here.
Don't do it.
Santi! No! No!
Okay. That's an earned one, Santi. That's an earned one. That's tough. Converse, there was a window of opportunity, but unfortunately, the two people taking contact, Avian and Grek, were the two people you needed to survive. They were the ones with the Armageddon, the showstopper. The ults that could have swung the potential of that round the other way. At least you carry them into this ever so pivotal gun round. But it's been 5 in a row. Since Concordia have gotten guns, they have not lost a round.
It's been devious in this Concordia squad. And now Greg's going to be pushed back. They're playing Ring Around the Rosie of the guided salvos. Caught almost inside of the fault line. Things could have gone so bad for Greg. But they're still alive. They still have that showstopper. They didn't take any damage. They could even go and grab the ult orb once they clear out this site. Especially once they start hearing some of that noise coming in this direction. But it's Icy on B site by themselves. Hey, that's a good way to start things off. Icy gets the first blood again. But now we need that fight back from Converse Purple with all of these ultimates, that Armageddon and that showstopper.
Icy's good for one, but look, they're gonna push for Icy yet again. Icy thinking about it this time. The Armageddon trying to clear them out. Oh no, didn't have the op out, was instead going for the pistol. 3v3. Grek holding the right angle. Nice shot too. Keep Converse in chances.
Oh, the 1v1. It's Greg versus
Nice.
Faustino. And Greg finally going to turn the tides and stop the Concordia wave that has been drowning them.
Loved Greg's patience there. Aware that Concordia were going to be trying something. Manages to take out both those players who go for something in arcade, and then comes back, has the showstopper in the pocket if it was needed, and it never was. Let the other teammates go for the more bold things. They knew Icy was going to get pushed. They used the timing of that properly, and Greg holds the line elsewhere. Another chance for Converse to have rifles. Concordia's money doing fine, though, so they will continue buying as well.
This is a big round for Converse, then. If they can win, right?
And Converse have stopped going for these aggressive plays, too. That timeout read into it. Hey, they're taking too much map control. We have to play back a little bit more. And they have 4 people ready to defend this site.
Okay, trades are happening. Bodies are falling. Players are going all over the place. Santi holding one angle. Gets the double kill. Up in heaven, though. Geo needs to take their fight. Oh, it's a 2v2. Let's not forget, right? Icy has an operator. It's always this operator. And they even lose Santi in one place, one position, 4 bodies.
Yeah, Converse, I love you, but that round was not the play. Just swinging out smokes, hoping people aren't looking. You can't play Hope Valorant. You need to play Valorant. You need to use... I mean, you had the breach there. We need to use a flash. We had the Teo. We could have used a guided salvo. There were so many other things that could have assisted that swing. But Puffin and Avian just ripped to shreds. And then Icy's not able to do much there. I mean, has to try and swing out the smoke. The timing is laying low. I mean, is on it mechanically. Don't get me wrong.
So both of the chambers, though, making things look spicy. That's where Greg comes online, though. Oh, my goodness. The fault line. They know that Icy might want to play in heaven, so the guided salvo along with the fault line. But does Cubby realize what's happening here? They're about to see a mirror of themselves on the other side, and they absolutely have the next level awareness. Lemur gets rid of Icy. Now things are blowing up all around them. Greg in charge of the operator. Again, maybe they can put a little bit more on it than what Icy has, but still, a 2v3 is not the kind of odds that are looking good.
Yeah, I mean, the best gun's the op here. Greg has to hit this first shot, and Lemur just picks him out of the air. Not a chance in hell. Geo good for one more, but I mean, the Armageddon is still up. There's still util, fault line, everything gonna be thrown on top of Geo's head. And even if there wasn't anything, there's simply no time.
Oh my gosh.
Cubby's hunting him down.
They're hungry.
No gun for you.
They wanted that brimstone. They wanted that operator. They wanted to make sure it stayed out of their hands, and it does.
Yeah, Converse that round, unfortunate timing. I think there was a world where perhaps, I mean, Greg has just been sitting on this showstopper. At one point it was patience. Now I'm worried it's starting to turn to lunacy. In that round, it would have been great. I mean, Greg had the high ground. I was thinking, oh, they'll all push together, but Puffin gets caught out in A halls all alone. Then Icy gets caught out up on ropes all alone. And then suddenly all the different angles you could have flooded into the site from are whittled down to just one. And even flying in, there's just no hope of that against that many guns.
No, there really isn't. And the second Pain sees anything there, right? It's an immediate TP out. May not have gotten a kill. Blinded at the right time. It looked like it was going to be dicey. It looked like something was going to happen for Icy, but they couldn't see anything. And now pushed out towards drop. The orbital strike, the fault line, the guided salvo. Every single piece of util dumped just to get Converse out of here.
And I mean, look how far Lemur's playing up. Lemur's going to go for this. He's going to try and pick one off. Okay, nice duck from Geo. Doesn't get spotted. Here comes the showstopper. It whiffs, and Santi's underneath him.
All right, orbital strike goes in. Santi being cooked to a crisp inside of it. Converse has the numbers advantage, but time starting to work against them. And where that spike is planted, it's perfect for the post plan. Because even if they go for the spike defuse, they are in one spot. There's only so much that they can do. And it's being done right here, right now. Concordia, St. Paul blue, Converse purple, no chance to do anything.
These smokes are the bane of Converse's existence. Another round where there's a glimmer of hope for Converse, but they have to try and fish the players out of A halls, and they're out of util. Puffin used everything to try and clear onto the site, used everything to fight Santi over in sand. Lemur up almost in their spawn. So there was just nothing left to clear halls. They had to run out the smoke, and Cubby, just like last time, ready to get his 2. Easy peasy.
I need a drone.
Easy peasy.
Launching smoke.
Now it's just the whole squad minus Simple Chamber. Gonna push out through this B site. This is what's interesting too, right? Concordia didn't rush ahead. So no one knows that they're there. There's no eyes on this on B main. Except for one player, and that's Puffin. But how much more can you ask of this Breach to do something here? Especially when you've lost Geo. Rolling Thunder goes in, but it's gonna be towards Heaven. And that's so painful. Trying to do anything here, but at the very least, Converse is the one with the numbers advantage. And on the other side of this, Puffin ready to go with a flashbang. Tries to time it out correctly. They kind of do, right? Pain's still here. Oh, but they didn't look in the corner.
What is that flash for, though? Nobody's swinging. What is that flash for? Greg had the judge. Nobody's there to swing. You're just flashing for intimidation. Icy good for 1. It is a 1v1, but Icy's position is known. And Icy has no idea where Cubby is. Now it does.
My word. Yeah, right. Use the spider drone, figure out exactly where they are. Shoot one of them there. They try to go for the fancy parkour movements. I say parkour, it's just jumping, but Cubby, not gonna lose those. Concordia, a 9-3 first half.
Converse have looked significantly better this map. Significantly better. But Concordia just don't let them play. Concordia are always there, even when Converse have shored up a lot of the, I think, communication issues. The problem is, it feels like Converse always has to spend so much to gain so little ground. And sometimes Concordia will slip, but it really doesn't have to happen often. I mean, a pistol, really only 1 gun round won by Converse. The 1 round where Greg was able to really hold the line against them in arcade. Otherwise, even in the close calls, it was always Concordia with just a little bit more in the tank.
Well, that spider drone's gonna see a lot. I think, yeah, Lemur's been found out, so in this corner, they're gonna use the pain shells, maybe try to go for another one here.
Spike down.
Converse purple, putting on another masterclass pistol performance, and then mechanical aim. And a couple more guided salvos to make sure that nothing's happening here on the other side of CT. Up towards Heaven above. Avian sitting at that 30 HP, right? A simple shot's gonna get rid of them. At the very least, the spike is gonna be planted inside of that tucked corner. Pain's here. Once that smoke dissipates, right, it's all gonna break loose. A couple of fights breaking out here and there across the map, but the second they fight into it, oh, Avian's on the other side, and that's Converse purple. Another pistol round theirs.
Hey, look, that's 3 out of 4 pistols for Converse, so they got something going at the very least, right? Never judge their ability to click heads for good, right? I'm not worried about pistols for them anymore at this point. Even if we go to map 3, I'm feeling pretty confident in Converse. The question is just how do you start converting gun rounds? Look, even here in this second round, they're buying so heavily into rifles because they know it's not enough to be able to, like, oh guys, we got, you know, 3 of them down in the bonus round. Nah, if it's not a bonus round conversion, you need at least 4 dead there. You need to be able to deal damage afterwards.
Ooh,
Oh, Icy, why are you alone with a Vandal? Okay.
It works.
TP's away. The
Right, it
spam
worked.
works out, if only barely.
It worked. Everything's fine. We're all happy. Greg, gonna be the first one to lead the charge. Keep the team spirits in place. Icy's gonna regroup. Oh, please tell me they look behind them.
Okay.
Please tell me they look at the flank.
Standing.
Greg, brilliant on the double kill. Now there's one player left all alone. Ostino, the 1v4. Classic to their name. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
It doesn't
Yeah.
have health.
I mean-
you gotta stop.
You win the Vandal fight with a classic, so yeah.
Wait, bro,
yeah.
bro is doing a lap.
We're content farming now, possible.
Oh man,
That's
I guess
what we're
it's a
doing.
half
Here.
lap. He's just trying to die to the spike instead of them, not give them any alt orbs.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. He's looking in the corner. He's going, nah, I'm good.
Literally, sugar.
No. Yeah, we'll wait for the spike to go off. Boom. Converse purple though. Those 3 vandals still in the hands of
The
hands.
exact amount of necessary players surviving there. I like to see
Yes.
that, Converse. And now they've got basically a gun round. Actually, they will literally have a gun round if Gio buys. Gio, are you gonna buy for it? Okay, there we go. Literally a gun
okay, I was
round
gonna like
on
it.
round 3. No bonus
Got a boy
needed.
hanging. Okay. So this right here, plausible, is the round to determine the fate of Fracture. It feels like.
Absolutely.
If Converse purple cannot win here, may as well be done and dusted for Concordia.
Ah,
That's good from IC though. They want to try and do the same thing there.
I
draw
see.
out
You're
some of that
making my
utility.
heart leap into my throat.
Ah, but Greg was pushed up so far. Stuck in the corner. There was nowhere they could go. The flashbang keeping them down. They're going to try and do another counter flashbang.
Oh, no.
The Lemur's doing some fancy footwork here. The rest of the squad's going to reinforce them. Now you're going to look towards the final player that's been left on the site. Icy may have laid claim to their life, but now you're on to the 1v2. And Santi's right here. Santi, the first headshot. Now it's the 1v1. The chamber v chamber battle for the fate of Fracture. Oh, but are you looking to drop? No, you're not, Icy. Pain shatters all expectations. Concordia St. Paul Blue into the double digits.
Absolutely ridiculous pace from Santi there. The fact that Lerner, Ostino, and Cubby were able to buy so much time in halls. They were able to make that so costly. Santi doesn't go to reinforce. Immediately pivots to the site. Like, hey, it's okay if you guys lose this. I'm going to get mine. He's been getting his all map. I mean, he's 17 and 10 for crying out loud. I mean, what a ridiculous rotate. And like you were talking about, the fact that Greg was a little bit isolated there. Greg going in, I don't know if the communication from Converse was seamless. That looked like Greg trying to make the call and not quite the rest of the team being on pace with what he wanted to go for. Oh,
Okay,
Gio is pretty lucky.
Ooh. Play lottery or something. Okay,
Oh,
luck
he's not lucky at all.
They used all of their luck to survive the first salvo, but not the second one. It was through the smoke, plausible. Through the smoke.
You know what that looked like if we're talking luck? That looked like hitting 2 10s on blackjack, going for the split, and then immediately getting like a 3 on both of them. That's tough.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy plays that we know and love, but Santi, a little too crazy for them. Greg, not going to keep that flank unprotected. Now
Nice.
another kill for them. He's given them more and more room to maneuver around. Do they realize how far Ostino has come? No, they have not. Again, it's one player from Concordia to do it all.
And Converse just bamboozled by the positions that Concordia, their players, find themselves in. Another timeout here for Converse already in this round. Yeah, there he is, Ostino. We're getting a good view of his nose hairs. The ones that, I guess, helped him win the round. I don't know where I was going with that, Sam. I got lost.
You know what, plausible? You might be just as lost as Converse is right now.
I certainly feel like it. And I mean, what do you even do? There's been so little. The issue with it being an 11-5 scoreline and this being the timeout you have to take in the second half is that there's so little, like, sample size of what's been going wrong. Like, even if Converse are able to pivot, even if they're able to win this round, the next round, there's so much time for Concordia to adapt, and they've already shown us so many instances of that this map alone.
I like the camera work we have going on here because we're staring down the barrel. So it's Converse
just like,
purple.
Just yep. Just like
Metaphors
Converse.
here, plausible. Come on, this is we're getting.
Well, that would be a simile.
Oh,
Well, I guess it's actually both a simile and a metaphor because we were staring down the
you know
barrel
what?
literally, like Converse was staring it down metaphorically. So we are a simile to their metaphor.
Paul, I'm going to take your word for this because you are sounding very smart right now.
I hope I'm right.
Similes and metaphors? My word. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully Converse Purple can pull out a
need-
simple round win.
Yeah, I was gonna say they need what is it? A trope. They need a Deus Ex Machina right now.
May have been there. Oh, come on!
Okay.
You're just gonna let Pain walk that far
Okay.
up with the rest of the
That's
squad?
tough, man.
Them and the boys. Converse purple. What do you do from here? Where do you go? You try to backpedal. Icy has complete control at least of the CT. Smart going ons here for the jump peak to make sure that no one is there, right? But there is someone there. It's Icy.
Well, and you know, Concordia don't need to do anything. They've got guns. They've got player advantage. They've got a showstopper for crying out loud. I mean, they can just chill until the spike's actually planted. All they have to do is be cognizant and play together, which is something that Concordia has been doing literally the entire time. Lima is a little bit further forward than everybody else, but hits the showstopper, so who cares?
Yeah, Icy. Rendezvous was all the way on the other side of the world. Puffin, a sheriff to their name, being run down
come
by
on,
the Pain
man.
Classic. Where do you go from here, Pain? What do you do now, buddy? Cubby was talking about being at the 0. Well, now they just got a second. Or they just got 1.
One on the board. I mean, 0 was a long time ago. Cubby has plenty of kills since then. Oh, man. Map and match point for Concordia, St. Paul Blue. Really, the only silver lining for Converse was that round was an eco. They will get guns here, even the op for Icy. But what does that timeout amount to? What plan has Converse cooked up? And how long, if they succeed at all in this round, how long will it last? Hello? Can we get some guns? Concord... Santi. Santi, my man. Okay.
Yeah, they just run out. They just run out. They just run out. Pain. They're done with this. They want to go ahead and go home. They want to go ahead, play whatever, play ranked or something like that. Their orbital strike is going to push them outside of the other end of that smoke, where somehow, some way, Pain lands the first shot with the tour de force, and then gets a headshot with the head hunter. Greg gets somehow weaseled their way in, but they missed the shot that gives out Pain an opportunity to go crazy here. 1 away from the ace, but it doesn't matter. They've done their job. They've made their impact. And they may as well have just sealed the deal for Concordia. Lemur, sneaky as always. Oh, they're toying with their food. They're messing with it here. But the second they locked eyes with Puffin, Concordia is done. 2-0 in the series. 13-5 on Fracture.
Defenders win.
Nothing but utter dominance from Concordia. They may be a little rascals, but they're rascals that will beat you in that game. That's for sure. Absolutely nasty what they were able to pull off. I mean, especially on Pearl, but even on this map, right? The few times that Concordia ever lost rounds, it was because something heroic happened for Converse. Grek doing something, Icy pulling out a couple of insane picks. But for the most part, it was just unabashed confidence from Concordia, whether in a gunfight or in a team play or in a swarm or in an execute or in a retake. This team ain't afraid of nothing.
No. It again, that reminder of why this team is where they are. They're now 6-1 going into the playoffs. So a phenomenal score line that they get to have. And unfortunately, I think right for Converse, depending on how the rest of things shake out, not looking too good for them. So regardless from what we got from Concordia, I'm really excited to see how they do in the playoffs. And they could absolutely be leading the pack in the contention for taking that first place spot or that grand champion spot in the playoffs here, possible.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they'll actually have the head-to-head on Baker Swarm, who is the other team at 6-1 right now. So Concordia might even get the first seed going in, and that is a huge deal because the teams in the other group are also extremely scary. Their first seed, I believe, is, let me double check. Yeah, their first seed's likely going to be like TMU. That is not a team I would want to play round 1. So a nice dodge on teams like that, you'll get yourself an easier match. And I mean, Concordia, even if they didn't get an easier match, they are looking just absolutely fire. So I'm sure we'll be seeing them well into the deep rounds of the playoffs. Converse, we'll have to wait and see. Their fate is now out of their hands. It really depends on the results of OC and UCSD's couple of matches here. But they can hope, and there were glimmers of hope from Converse as well. So I think they have a lot of solid players. It's just Concordia, we're way more on it.
Well, hey, guess what, Paulsville? UCSD 1-2-0. So
Okay. That, I believe, puts UCSD, I just had it. I think that puts them at 3-3. Do they still need to play another match? Or at least according to the reporting, or at least the screen I'm seeing. My screen could be out of date as well, but it'll be close at the very least. It'll be rather close for that 4th spot here in Group A.
yeah, well, regardless, we know that Concordia is going into the playoffs with a smile on their face and a rousing victory that they had here in the final regular season week of NECC Valorant. But make sure you hit that follow button because we do have more action down the road for this week, Paulsable, including tomorrow being League of Legends at 8 p.m. Wednesday, Rainbow Six at 8 p.m. Thursday is going to be Rocket League at 7 p.m. Friday is going to be Overwatch 2 at 7 p.m. And on Saturday, none other than CLOL, Paulsable, happening at 3 p.m. And I believe all of these are going to be happening on EDT. So make sure to go ahead, give the channel a follow so you don't miss out on all of the exciting action. We also do want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, G Fuel and Winzells. And a reminder to fuel your game with Winzells Farm Snack Sticks. No mess, no distractions, just bold, protein-packed flavor. Keep you locked in. Whether you're grinding ranked or leading the squad, Winzells keeps you powered up. Grab a stick, stay in the game, crush the competition. Winzells Farm, fuel for gamers, flavor for champions. Of course, a big thank you to our behind-the-scenes production staff for making this look as good as it did. And of course, big thank you to you, Paulsable. It was great hanging out with you this week for the final regular week season.
Yeah, you got there. You got there. We got there. It's going to be playoffs time. Valorant will be back next week. But until then, Sam, I'm just looking forward to see who we actually get going into the playoffs.
You and me both, buddy. You and me both. But until then, everyone, we'll see you then.